Students, in this video I will explain one of the important rule which will be applied for solving the question, which is called ASTC rule. And before studying the ASTC rule, you should have the idea of the coordinate system and the signs of the coordinates, that is x coordinate and y coordinate in various quadrants. Now you consider the horizontal line which is called as x-axis and vertical line which is called as y-axis. Now if you take these two horizontal and vertical lines which are called coordinate axis, this will divide the plane into four equal parts and which are called quadrants, and this portion is first quadrant, this portion is second quadrant, this portion is third quadrant, and this portion is fourth quadrant. Now if the point in the first quadrant, and you know the coordinates, signs of the coordinates, and that is both x coordinate and y coordinates are positive. X coordinate is positive and y coordinate is also positive in the first quadrant. And if you come to the second quadrant, you know that x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive. In second quadrant, x coordinate is negative and y is positive. And if you come to the third quadrant, x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is also negative. Both x and y coordinates are negative. And in the fourth quadrant, x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is negative. These are the signs of the coordinates. Now you know the definition of the trigonometric function on the unit circle. If you take the unit circle and the point may be anywhere on the circle, and if x is the angle made by OP with the positive direction of x-axis, then sin x is equal to b and cos x equal to a, where b is y coordinate and a is x coordinate. And therefore here both x coordinate and y coordinate is positive. Sin is positive in first quadrant. Wherever the point is on the circle in the first quadrant, definitely sin is positive, cos is also positive. And tan is defined as sin x by cos x, and positive divided by positive is positive. Therefore all the trigonometric functions are positive, and the rest of the three trigonometric functions are reciprocal of this. Therefore all the trigonometric functions are positive in the first quadrant. And if you come to the second quadrant, if the angle is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, the point will be in the second quadrant. And if the point is in the second quadrant, and you know that x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive, and sin x is y coordinate of the point which is positive, cos x is x coordinate of the point which is negative, that is sin is positive and cos is negative. And what about tan? Tan is sin by cos, plus divided by minus. Plus divided by minus is minus, therefore tan is also negative. Here you can observe that sin is positive, cos is negative, and tan is negative. And in the same way they are reciprocal. Cosec is positive, sec is negative, and cot is negative. That is, finally we will have sin and its reciprocal are positive and remaining trigonometric functions are negative. You can remember like this: sin and its reciprocal are positive. The reciprocal of sin is cosec. If you come to the third quadrant, and both x coordinate and y coordinate are negative, therefore sin is negative, cos is also negative. And tan is sin by cos minus by minus, minus divided by minus will be positive, therefore tan is positive. And similarly they are reciprocal, and cot is positive, and because tan is positive, sec and cosec are negative, therefore the tan and its reciprocal are positive, remaining trigonometric functions are negative in the third quadrant. If you come to the fourth quadrant, x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is negative. Here sine is negative and cos is positive. What about tan? Tan is minus divided by plus. Minus divided by plus is minus. Therefore tan is negative. And thus we will have cos and its reciprocal are positive and remaining trigonometric functions are negative. Thus we have to remember this result. In first quadrant all trigonometric functions are positive. In second quadrant sine and its reciprocal are positive, remaining are negative. In third quadrant tan and its reciprocal are positive, remaining are negative. And in fourth quadrant cos and its reciprocal are positive and remaining trigonometric functions are negative. This can be called as ASTC rule. A for all, S for sine and its reciprocal are positive, remaining are negative. T for tan and its reciprocal are positive, remaining are negative. And C for cos and its reciprocal are positive, remaining are negative. Now, this rule can be memorized using one quotation, that is, all students take coffee. Here ASTC. Finally, you have to remember the ASTC. This can be memorized using this quotation, all students take coffee. And A for all, S for sine and its reciprocal are positive, remaining are negative. T for tan and its reciprocal are positive, remaining are negative. C for cos and its reciprocal are positive, remaining are negative. Now let us study one more important result, and which will be applied for deriving the other results. And this is very simple, but still you have to memorize this result. And now you consider a unit circle with center at origin, and P be a point on the circle such that angle made by OP with the positive direction of x-axis is x. Now you take the point Q on the circle such that angle made by OQ with the positive direction of x-axis is minus x. Definitely Q will come to the fourth quadrant. Suppose the angle is 30 degree and the point will be somewhere here. And if you take minus 30 degree, point will be somewhere here, because you have to rotate in a clockwise direction. Minus 30 degree means you have to rotate in clockwise direction. Here if it is x radian, and if you want to find the point Q such that angle is minus x, then you have to rotate in a clockwise direction, and you will get the Q somewhere here. And then that is the point Q. You take this is Q, and from Q draw perpendicular and line x-axis, and you take the point as M. Just I'll call it as M. This is the point Q, and QM is perpendicular to x-axis. Now if you consider the two triangle OMP and OMQ, you can observe this is 90 degree, angle QMO is 90 degree, and also angle PMO or OMP is also 90 degree. Both are 90 degree. And if you, what about this angle? This angle is x. You know that angle POM is equal to x, and angle QOM is x only. Here actually when you take the point Q, it is minus x, but when you consider the triangle, angle of a triangle cannot be negative, therefore this angle is also x. And OP and OQ are the radii of the circle. They are definitely equal, and therefore these two triangles are congruent triangle. OMP and OMQ are congruent triangle. In congruent triangle, you know this result. The result is in a congruent triangle corresponding sides are equal. Therefore, here OM is a common side and MP and MQ are equal. And now you can decide the coordinate of Q. This distance is A and MQ is also B. But when you take the coordinate, and you know that in fourth quadrant x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is negative, therefore Q is A and minus B. A comma minus B is the coordinate of Q. And using this, it is possible to tell the result, one important result. Now you see here, you know the definition of sin x. What is sin x? Sin x is B. Now you can write the value of sin of minus x. What is sin of minus x? Sin of minus x is minus b, because the y coordinate of this point Q is minus b. And what is b? B is sin x itself. Therefore, it is equal to minus sin x. Finally, you will have this result: sin of minus x equal to minus sin x. Sin of minus x equal to minus sin x. You should remember this result, and this is one result obtained by using the simple definition of trigonometric function. Similarly, let us find cos of minus x. What is cos x? Cos x is x coordinate of the point, that is equal to a. And what is cos of minus x? Cos of minus x is equal to a only, because it is the x coordinate of q. What is the x coordinate of q? A. Therefore, cos of minus x is equal to a. And what is a? A is cos x only. Therefore, you will have cos of minus x equal to cos x. And finally, we will have this result: cos of minus x is equal to cos x. Sin of minus x equal to minus sin x, and cos of minus x equal to cos x. These two results you have to memorize, and which will be applied for deriving one important derivation in the next session.